Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Bible Study with Melody. And today we are going to be talking about, I think I'm going to make this a series. And this one is called Double Minded. Double Minded, if you would like a copy of the lessons, a copy in your email, just drop your email. You can inbox me through Facebook. Just do a messenger and just send me your email, and I'll be glad to send a copy of this to you. But I'm very excited about this because it's called Double-Minded, and in Double-Minded, we learn a lot of things. One of the things is that there's 7 characteristics of a double-minded person. The 7 characteristics is the first one is that they're always torn, that they listen to everybody, never really making a decision for themselves. Well, so-and-so said I should do this, so this is a good idea. And it may not be a good idea for them just because so-and-so said it. So-and-so just said it, right? And then there is always compromising your thoughts in an attempt to please others. You know that you're thinking a certain way, you're leaning towards a certain way, but you want to be a part. You don't want to disappoint anybody, especially those of us who are like people pleasers. If we're people pleasers, we're going to try to please everybody because we want it to be nice and quiet and happy. But sometimes when you make up your mind to do something, you have to make up your mind and you have to stand for it. You have to stand for what you believe in and stand firm in it. The other one, number 4, is first you say what you will do. You say you'll do what God says, then you do what a close relative says. Well, you know, my auntie called me and she said she heard from God too. And she said God was telling her something a little different from what he told me. Well, in cases like that, we have to remember God is not the author of confusion. So he's not going to tell you one thing and then tell somebody else something else. It's almost like in that movie Mike Epps made, and he was the pastor and he went before his board and he was saying, this is the wife I have. And then he hit the button and he said, but this is the wife God want me to have. So it's like you got a wife, you already got someone in your corner, but you looking over somewhere else. That's the way this goes. Number 4, you have the answer, but you listen to that close relative. You listen to that desire, that yearning that says, no, hold back. But you move on in spite of, and you end up being sick. You end up being an unhappy person. So then number 5 is that you have no peace. No matter where you go, you get headaches, like you just can't find peace nowhere. You just can't find a place of shalom. There's no shalom in your life, none, and you're wondering, well, what is going on? But it's just no shalom in your life. And then the other one, number 6, is always give in. A double-minded person is going to always give in. It's sort of like what our parents taught us. If you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. So you have to be very careful in standing for something. I've made up my mind. I'm not changing. Like it says in Exodus 32:26, Moses is asking, where do you stand? Everybody on God's side, then you need to stand over here with me. And if you're not, don't be vacillating back and forth. And the last one, is that you switch up easily. You agree with everybody. One minute you're with this group and you're saying, yes, I love apples. And then you get with the other group and they don't like apples. They like peaches. Oh, yes, I love peaches. And everybody's like, but I thought just the other day you were saying you liked apples. It's like in the meeting. Just the other day you were saying you were going to vote with us. And now you're with these other folks and you're not voting with us anymore. And it makes you wonder, what do people think? Don't they remember that your word means something? I remember an old mother in the Church of God in Christ. I remember hearing her speak one time, and she said, if you give your word, you got to go get it. You got to go get your word. You can't just give it and say, well, I'm with y'all, so I'm saying this, and then I'm over here and I'm saying that. No. You hold to your guns. You stick to your belief. You hold fast to your affirmation of faith. I know that a double-minded man in the lesson, it talks about the situation of Jimmy Swaggart. Remember how back in the 90s, I believe it was, or the 80s or 90s, when he just really let Jim Baker have it because Jim Baker had been caught in a particular situation. But instead of him being a Christian brother and just owning, supporting him by prayer, saying, "You fell, brother, brother, I fall too." Instead of that, he dogged him out. Oh, da da da. You can Google all this stuff or YouTube it, and you can see the way he would talk about him. And then at the end, here comes this lady saying, "Well, he comes down here every Monday, and then all of a sudden the news media is all over it. And then his cousin even said, y'all don't know Jimmy. Y'all don't know Jimmy. So it goes to show us that when we are double-minded, we kind of mess up. We can mess up a whole lot of stuff. We can mess up everything. But it takes a mind that's set on Christ, If we stay with Ephesians 6:10 and 17, then we don't have to worry about Proverbs 25:26. We don't have to worry about that because we're walking. We learn, we learned the Ephesians 6:10, 17. Take a moment to read that. One of the things I love about this lesson is I found these little pieces, little pictures and different things, and this little brain saying, make up your mind. Make up your mind. Decide and stay there. Don't go back. Don't go anywhere else. Decide and stay there. Like I said, this is going to be a 2-part series, possibly 3. I'm not really sure. However the Lord leads is how we're going. But this begins on August 22nd, and it is called Double-Minded. And we're going to talk more and more about this and dig real deep so we can find out where we stand. Are we double-minded? Is there a cure for it? How do we get up when we fall down? What exactly do we need to do? All right, this has been another Bible study with Melody. Enjoy. Have a great day.